Hello, all. Today, I would like to briefly explain about another important aspect of mail frauds, that is healthcare and medical insurance claims frauds. Even though we have briefly touched upon in the discussion of different frauds and in some other context, by itself it is a big fraud, and so I felt that we should pay special attention to just look into it. I will also subsequently present a detailed PowerPoint presentation, though I will give a very brief of the extent of this fraud and how they are committed. Okay, for the benefit of the viewers, and also we should be extra careful because we as tomorrow may be the victims as a patient or whatever. Okay, by if you are not careful to see how your claim is processed, whether anything properly done or not, but properly what you rightly claimed or not. Okay, and also of course the fraud, as we see later, is perpetrated by from anybody or a combination of any people, starting from patient to doctor to agents to hospitals to pharma to labs and everybody in the is a vicious cycle by itself. Okay, and so the thing is, this is a very important, and the incidents and the losses are also very high, especially in US and India. And the thing is, in US, many of these cases are reported, many of these cases reported, and they are investigated, and the perpetrators and the fraudsters are taken to task and put to jail. Okay, whereas in India also the incidence is right, but we don't see much of these frauds in the news as such, because here the as far as the medical claims and these frauds are concerned, are still not paid adequate attention to bring to book the doctors or the pharma companies or the hospitals, etc. As compared to the US. That's my observation. And the thing I had highlighted is you have in print a lot of instances of these type of frauds, especially in US or US. But again, of Indian origin, US citizen doctors generally are also, unfortunately, are involved in all this one. See, this is also fraudsters nowadays are looking for a better and less risky area of this medical and health insurance frauds area of business than from the big money launderings and other bigger frauds, because where the money may be against to the fraudster may be high, but the risks are also very high. Whereas here, the risks may be relatively less. So, in fraudsters are also looking for this as a lucrative area to make money by becoming as agents or somebody or something, or in collusion with the chain of people I have just now discussed. The thing is, right from treatments which were never administered to false diagnosis done to avail higher insurance amounts falls under the medical care fraud and abuse. Okay, and this could be overbilling, then difficult to detect prescription of unnecessary things and additional treatments, ease of forging and selling prescription drugs. Okay, and then kickbacks usually the hospitals or somebody sends to a lab will give a kickback. If the doctor prescribes some medicine for a particular medicine to a particular pharmacy, he will give a kickback. He gets a kickback from the company who recommends that particular medicine or a drug. So it's all a vicious chain, starting from the pharma companies to hospitals to labs to nursing homes to doctors, down to even patients also may collude this process. So it is such a chain, and these are the various types of frauds that occur. Okay, by wrong claims or building, writing treatments that are not needed, writing texts that are not needed, and shifting from not applicable under the claim treatments into applicable type of treatments, and then claiming from the insurer. Okay, So at times, insurer may not be directly involved, but he should be careful to see that none of these things are happening. At times, insurer also may join hands down the line. Okay, so it is a very tricky area and aspects of big fraud. Okay, and so overbilling is a thing, and then non-covered medically unnecessary treatments. Then healthcare providers bill for instead of as a single treatment, and then they cut it into different bits and pieces, and instead of one invoice, making three invoices, things like that. Okay, the same thing, and this stage as if that is one bill, this bill like that also. Bills are cooked up for claiming more. That is called unbundling. Okay, then performing unnecessary procedures that are not needed. In the process, it may be harm to the patient also sometimes. Okay, then trust posed by organized healthcare groups. Law enforcement agencies have witnessed criminals migrating from illegal drug trafficking into lucrative and safer options of rolling out fraud schemes against private health insurance companies, as I just mentioned earlier. They are all finding this lucrative as compared to the high risk frauds. So now how you can prevent? By being cautious, by educating your clients, okay, by the doctors not trying to get carried away and then accept the kickbacks and all that in prescribed medicines, and the hospitals and nursing homes do not carry on unnecessary things, and the insurer has to ultimately check all these things needed or not. If needed, take a second opinion, okay, to curb these things. It is not as easy as said, but at least some action can be initiated to minimize these frauds. So, like any other fraud, healthcare fraud is also not a victimless. Is also not a victimless crime. Unfortunately, financial losses are only part of the big picture. Okay, medical fraud victims are the people who are subjected to unsafe or unnecessary medical procedures. I'm just now saying, he may not be knowing. Okay, but they just perform unnecessary and other things. Okay, and so it is a big racket, medical and health insurance. Okay, you see, it's so big in America that no one is spared. Indian American doctor charged with USD 9.5 million fraud. Okay, a 48-year-old Indian American doctor in Alabama has been charged with a healthcare fraud of USD 9.5 million through illegally conducting tests and prescribing controlled substances for illegitimate purposes. Okay, so like that, you just search for it and you will get the even just like other frauds, even healthcare fraud. Then another one. Okay, Indian origin doctor gets 9 years jail for healthcare fraud in US. Okay, in India itself, we are not seeing so many of these cases, or probably they're not regulated so much, or not caught, or just are escaping. But unfortunately, even US, it is also again Indian origin doctors are doing it, unfortunately, along with of course local collusions also. Okay, and he gets 9 years. Okay, then Indian is charged with healthcare fraud. Okay, again Indian healthcare. Okay, so the thing is, all this shows how big is this area of fraud, and as fraud fighters and fraud examiners and auditors, this is one of the specific areas that need specific attention. Okay, so there is a deliberate and opportunity fraud, deliberate purposeful act of presenting accident or loss which is covered under the policy. Okay, just to bring it under the policy, the terms they just deliberate lot of things. Okay, it could be external fraud claimed by either an individual or entities like policyholder, beneficiaries, medical service providers, or vendors. Okay, policyholders also do them. Insurers also commit. So they are all also part of the game. Okay, So medical fraud in India. Medical fraud differs from other kinds of white collar crime in that it can cause irreparable physical harm to the victim. If the victim is not part of the fraud and and something is done to him, okay, in collusion with others, performing and then claiming more than these things, okay, to as opposed to mere, it's not a question of financial losses. Even the victim may die by wrong treatment and wrong prescription of drugs and all these wrong these things. So, what the frauds committed by healthcare facilities, institutions, and providers are becoming extremely challenging, as I said. Okay. So, according to World Health Organization report on the state of healthcare in India among allopathic doctors, as many as 31.4 of the climate doctors are discovered to have been educated only up to secondary level. In fact, an astounding 57.3% did not possess any medical degree whatsoever. In India, another major thing that goes unnoticed or that doesn't come to the light and people suffer is the quacks. And the quacks who claim to be doctors or who does this allopathy or something. Even there also they may not have the basic knowledges and all that. But unfortunately, taking advantage of the population and the uneducated and the people living in villages and all that one, okay, they take advantage and commit these various frauds. And so these are all also fall under the medical frauds, not necessarily insurance. Okay, anyway. So, fake doctor in India infects 21 people with HIV. Okay, an Indian health official says a fake doctor treating poor villagers for colds, coughs, and diarrhea has infected at least 21 of them with HIV by using contaminated syringes and needles. So these type of these small time things causing this mainly happen only in India, and I do not know, there is no check on them. Sometimes they may be taken to task, but majority of cases they don't even come to light. Whereas of course in US it's a different game. It all goes into thousands and thousands of dollars, big frauds at a higher level, and they're caught. Even pharma companies also commit fraud by uh, trying to hoodwink the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, yeah, conducting tests, trial tests, and all that of a particular drug, okay, and then release it in the market and all that one. So these things have happened, and Thermos Corporation is one such a very big example of the pharma companies, and even India also pharma companies through pharmacy people, pharmacy doctors, doctors and pharmacy in the hospital, doctors and hospitals. Okay, they want to promote their drug. Then that comes on to the medical representative. Medical representative goes to the doctor. Doctor goes to the particular prescribes a particular drug, particular medicine, and he gets kickbacks. Okay, so it's all a kickback mechanism. So, as such, this health and medical fraud is also as big as other frauds and should be looked into, and proper action should be initiated, proper steps should be taken to bring to book such doctors or whoever it is. It could be starting from, as I said, patient to doctor to nursing homes to hospitals to pharma companies to insurer, and in between some doubts. So everybody should be rounded up, and there should be a control, and should be properly implemented. And as such, they should not be let go as simply another fraud. Okay, but adequate precautions should be taken while vetting an application for claim of insurance to see that all it is as per the terms of the insurance the claim is paid. Thank you.